Our solar system is a small part of the Milky Way galaxy and is made up of the Sun, 8 planets, and 5 dwarf planets. In addition, there are moons in orbit around many of the planets, as well as many comets and asteroids also in orbit around the Sun. The Sun is the only star in our solar system and was formed about 4.6 billion years ago in a spinning giant cloud of dust and gas called the solar nebula. Collapsing under its own gravity, the nebula spun faster and flattened into a disk, with most of the material pulling towards the center and forming our Sun, accounting for 99.8% of our solar system's mass. Most of the remaining material formed the planets and other objects that now orbit the Sun, with the rest of the leftover gas and dust being blown away by the young Sun's early solar wind. A huge ball of hydrogen and helium, the Sun is held together by its own gravity and has several regions. Interior regions include the core, the radioactive zone, and the convection zone. Moving outwards, the visible surface, or photosphere, is next, followed by the transition zone, and then the corona, which is the Sun's expansive outer atmosphere. Material leaves the corona at supersonic speeds, becoming the solar wind which forms a magnetic bubble around the Sun, called the heliosphere, which extends beyond the orbit of the planets in the solar system, which means that Earth is inside the Sun's heliosphere. Beyond the heliosphere is known as interstellar space. Nuclear reactions, where hydrogen is fused to form helium, power the Sun's heat and light in the core, which is the hottest part of the Sun. Temperatures there top 15 million degrees centigrade, and it is about 138,000 kilometers thick. The energy from the core is carried outwards by radiation, which bounces around the radiative zone, taking about 170,000 years to move from the core to the top of the convection zone. In the convection zone, the temperature drops below 2 million degrees centigrade, and here large bubbles of hot plasma move upwards towards the photosphere, which is the layer we think of as the Sun's surface. As with all stars, our Sun will eventually run out of energy, and when it starts to die, it will expand into a red giant star. Scientists predict that it becomes so large that it will engulf Mercury and Venus, and possibly Earth as well. It is estimated that the Sun is a little less than halfway through its lifespan, so it will be another 5 billion years or so before this happens, and it becomes a white dwarf.